of the day, you have to write what sells. But I don't know, I just feel like it's so interesting that the magazines gravitate toward like such traditional roles.
When it's always about improving. It's how you can be. You can be skinnier. You can be a better lover. You can be, this, that, or the other. Like, what if you're like cool the way you are?
Yeah,
you know.
Maybe I just want to learn a little something about how to pick out wine or what Steve Jobs is up to. This is like something that I've been kind of thinking about. When I was traveling over the holiday, that's like pretty much the only time I'll ever buy a magazine, because I'm not really,
into print.
Into print so much? No. So I'm going through the magazines, I'm like in the thing, and I just like cannot get over women's magazines, how awful they are. So I always pretty much end up buying like Esquire, GQ, or Details. Maybe GQ, like sort of, or like a Business Week. Nylon's pretty good, New York, like all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to women's magazines, Glamour, Cosmo, all these things, nightmare. So I was kind of, I'll flip through them occasionally, and it's just, I can't relate to anything in them. So I kind of went through and went to, just to see like the differences, to the Details Esquire websites versus like the Glamour and Cosmo websites. And the stories
that you did that.
It's actually like crazy Venn diagram. I also created this chart. I know. I'll also pull it up. No, but
PowerPoint.
Okay, so Details, the rise of the alpha gay, which is like a really interesting article.
Oh, I read that. Yeah.
So yeah, cool. So I'm not the only crazy person here. So
no, I only read.
I love like Details Rules of Style, where they interview some sort of icon and basically they give like 10 things, and it's not necessarily about style so much as like personality and confidence and different ways whatever to wear stuff. I think Tom Ford was this issue. Saturation points in socialism, sort of like a political topic. How to get a good night's sleep. That's always interesting.
I like that.
I'm like, I want to know. I want to know that.
I do.
And then there was something about like how to choose a really good wine, blah blah blah. Esquire had a whole thing on Big Love. Yeah. Steve Jobs article. Interesting stuff. Topical stuff, like tech, politics, hobbies, business, etc. Go over to glamour.com and you get exactly what to eat to lose weight. Okay.
That's never been done before.
It's
never been done before.
Yeah. Original stuff.
News in.
They seriously need to print an issue that's like the diet issue, and inside all it says is burn more calories than you take it. Period. Because that's how you lose weight. Like, shut up about everything else. This is so stupid. Like, I can't get over it. Anyway, how to dress 10 pounds thinner.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Classic.
The perfume fragrance that turns him on and off.
Oh, good.
Because we all need to know that.
Good to know.
Cosmo had how to have bad girl sex.
There you go.
5 texts you shouldn't send him.
But that's what I hate about all the everything is so guy-centric. It's like, ladies, how to like reel in your man. It's so pathetic.
There is nothing ever in guys' magazines, for the most part, that is like how to please your woman.
And if you've ever,
unless men's health.
And you know what's funny about a lot of the articles is it's like, how to please your man, and then it's like sick shit because they interviewed like 19-year-old Bobby from New Jersey. It's like, I don't want to do that. I'm sorry.
Like, it's like 900 sex positions. And you get in there,
there's always a number tied in.
Yeah.
There's like an obscure number. Like,
4,955
and they just change it every month.
ways
it's like
to please your man.
October issue, 20 ways to please your man in the bedroom, good one. And then it's like November, 22 ways.
There is some freaky shit in there too, and you're like,
well, all they do is interview guys, and they're just like, oh, you know what I like? It's like, you're disgusting. You're sick and you should be arrested.
Oh my god, yeah, totally.
But I read a really interesting, it was like a transcript from Media Bistro did a panel of all these top editors from women's magazines. So they had, someone from Elle, someone from Vogue, they had, Mademoiselle before that went under, all those. And they all sort of got together and they were talking about basically why their magazines suck. And they were pretty candid about it.
The conference of why we suck.
And one of the biggest points is like all this sex stuff that they're writing is basically like made up. Like, when they have like the true life stories, like they'll actually change all the facts. Like, if it's a woman talking about a relationship with another woman, they change it actually so it's a man, because they have this idea of what normal is and what life is meant to be. Or they'll change the age if it's outside what their target demographic is. If it's this 40-year-old woman's story, all of a sudden she's 26.
Yeah, no, totally. A lot of stuff when I worked for a magazine, a lot of stuff you'll read is totally made up by the editors. Well, basically, like, I remember there was a section in one of the magazines that was like rants and raves or like whatever, and they had the interns write them. It's not, that's just all like jaded. It's like the same thing with marketing. Like, once you're in marketing, you're like, oh, that's bullshit, But it's just, I don't know. I think the only magazine that sort of dabbled with being good for women was Jane. And it folded.
Right.
And I
You
mean,
were like,
maybe
oh,
there's
bullshit.
no audience out there for that.